Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another edition of First Look. And in this edition of First Look, I'll be doing First Look UFC 295 Prochazka versus Pereira. And yeah, in this video I'm going to kind of give out four fights or four fighters where the odds are, kind of got my attention. Are these like the going to be my, my biggest most interesting ones? Probably not. Well, maybe not. But or am I going to bet on them? Am I going to pick them? I don't know. It's just my first look and so I'm not going to go run through the main event, run through the whole card. I'm just going to run through like four fights. So first one, Steven Erceg versus Costa. Like Steven Erceg, I think he minus 155, and I know, you know, I guess people that were in the know or were following had were hype on, high on him for his last fight. He came through, close fight, but he came through and was able to rally and do what he needed to do to win that fight. Big flyweight, like I would look at him thinking he a bantamweight or even a featherweight, but he like 5'8" at flyweight or something like 5'6", 5'7". So he's a huge flyweight, good frame, good conditioning, and all stuff. So he's not like a flyweight with bad cardio and nothing. So he's a well-rounded threat, and I think he matches up well with Costa, and he has a good bit of hype around him, and it's deserved. Am I saying he's gonna be no future world champion, nothing like that? No, but I definitely think he can, make a little bit of waves in his weight class at the very least. So at 155, I think that's minus 155. I think that's a very good value for him. All things being said. Um, Next one, for the next one, I'm not gonna really throw out like I say, like a particular name. Well, I understand the name, but it's not so much. But it's not so much Dennis Bazooka in this one, but it's more so Jamal Emmers. Jamal Emmers, I just feel like his value is too high. I think like minus 258 or minus 285. I know Bazooka didn't look the best last fight, and I'm probably not gonna pick Bazooka to win or predict him or bet on him. Well, I might flip a coin, might no decision there. Might be to get that at plus 400. But yeah, Bazooka, kind of in his stomping grounds in his area roughly. I think they train out of Jersey or train over there. Longo and Sarah and all that stuff with Aljamain and Marab. So and Frivola. So they in his stomping grounds essentially. And he did come in his last fight on short notice. So it wasn't a good performance. Do I think he's gonna win or nothing? Stylistically or anything, I think it's the best matchup for him. I don't think so. But I don't think a fighter in Jamal Emmers who's well, yeah, I mentioned this one mainly because I feel he's, for a 500 fighter, I think those odds are way too high. Like he's like with the biggest, possibly the biggest favorite on the card, or one of the bigger favorites on the card, if not the biggest favorite on the card. For a 500 fighter, I know Bazooka did not look the best his last fight, but he's a well-rounded enough fighter. Got come from a good gym, obviously a bunch of well-rounded guys. Where you would want him to be better is wrestling defense, and at least as far as the takedown and offensive and defense, like securing takedowns, defending takedowns, that's where you would want him to improve at. It's kind of funny that you're coming from a grappling heavy gym and that's the area where you need to work on. But he can work on every area. But I think he's a solid enough talent and he can patch some holes up. Again, do I think he's going to win? No, but do I think he should be that big a dog? I don't think so. Especially more so on Emmer's side. Should he be that big a favorite, given that he has had such a up and down record? He likely, matter of fact, he should have won his last fight, but the judges didn't give it to him. But yeah, all that being said, I just don't think I feel what's stopping the judges from taking another fight from him as well. Like again, so. But yeah, now on to the third one. It's gonna be Matt Frivola. He's like plus 185 right now, underdog. And also he was just like 2 weeks ago, a week ago, on a podcast with me and Nikki Betts. We interviewed him and pretty good video. I'll probably drop the link down below in the comment section of this video. Maybe up top, but probably most likely just down below in the comment section, or in the description. So if you want to go watch that or want to watch it again, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, click the link and watch that. But as far as the one, yeah, Frivola, am I saying I'm picking him? I'm not saying I'm picking him. I'm not saying I'm not picking him, but I think the odds are, very good for him at plus 185. And it's not just a case of just roll the dice. I think Saint Denis makes some similar mistakes that Dober made and some of his other opponents that Frivola has fought. He goes to the body, then comes straight back up a lot, which is going to leave you susceptible for hooks. And I think in every single fight, I see him getting touched by hooks. And with his Frivola just knocked out I said Duber, Dober with a hook, because Dober did a similar mistake. He threw a shot to the body, then came straight right back up to the same spot where his head was before. So he threw a shot, came right back up. It was no look, it was nothing like that. It was like, boop, right in the chin. You came right back to the same spot. And I seen Sandy hit, and the people saying Sandy about Dober going to fight a lot. Look at Sandy, he took so much damage from what's his name? Dos Santos or Zaleski. He took so much damage from Zaleski. So you think Dober gonna knock? I mean, you think Favola gonna knock him out? And I was saying the same thing last time. I said, oh, Favola can't really knock Dober out. Dober got an iron chin. Favola just going out there and that's gonna play to Dober's favor. Dober got that big old blockhead, and that blockhead got cracked. And Sanini's not immortal. You make mistakes, you can make you make mistakes. You can be tough all you want, durable all you want. You make mistakes, you're liable to get slept or stopped. Definitely hurt. And it's not like Sanini's invulnerable. I seen him get hurt. He even got tagged and rocked in the Moises fight. He had a good poker face, but he got caught like darn loading up and get caught with a couple hooks by Moises. Not say he was out on his feet or super rock, but he definitely felt it and definitely respected having to get tagged a couple times. Being a little bit sloppy. And matter of fact, that's like always kind of fights. His hands always low. I think he checks he defends kicks pretty well, but he's just like he don't see the hook, so I can't really be super high on Saint Denis. I can't just be like he's there yet. He's on up, come up, but he's still very much liable to tank. Not to say just flat out just lose his all his momentum and turn to a scrub. I'm not saying that, but he's still liable for, I guess, minor upsets. I guess everyone is, but I'm just saying more so. Like I'm not really super sold on him to really try to go high value or anything on him just yet. Well, not in this matchup, not at this time, not in this location. And I think Ferrola's a very live dog in this one. Again, am I picking him? Not sure. Not this, not that, but definitely think the odds are very good there. And actually, I also think Favola has better defense. He at least picks his hands up more, puts his hands up more, takes his head off the center line. I don't think I've ever seen Santos take his head off the center line. It's always on the center line. It lives on the center line. The guy's a airy code on the center line. Yeah, so Dober's live in this one. That's the third one. Then the fourth one I'll wrap it up with will be Vasilisav, Borishev, or I could say Slavoklos. So that just rolls off the tongue better. Slavoklos versus Sadikov. So Slavoklos versus Sadikov. So Slavoklos versus Nazim Sadikov. And I think Slavoklos is like plus 110 right now. And I think that's probably going to shift, but he's still a dog right now. I think he's a good dog in this one. Because Sadikov, he looks pretty good, looks well-rounded enough, but I think he, just like his teammate Bazooka or Dennis Bazooka, coming from that gym, it kind of confuses people a little bit. You expect their grappling, at least as far as with their success inside the cage, not just in the gym. In the gym, they could be doing this or that, but for both of them inside the cage, they have had limited success grappling, or they haven't really attempted to do it too much. And it's not like they have, when they really needed to do it, more so for Bazooka, because Sadikov been winning. Bazooka ain't been winning like that. Or at least not in his debut. He didn't win. He had one loss, but Sadikov hasn't really tasted defeat under the UFC banner, to my recollection. But nonetheless, I think they both got two takedowns between the both of them. So, or 3 takedowns between the both of them over like 6 fights combined or 7 fights combined. So, yeah, they come from that gym, but they aren't really aggressive grapplers. And I would feel going in this fight with Slavoklos to really, have good confidence in Sadikov in this one against, or let me say, good confidence in Nazim against Slavoklos. Their names sound so much similar, like Slavoklos, Sadikov. But to have good confidence in Nazim in this one, I would want him to have had more success wrestling in fights, getting takedowns, holding people down for a minute, holding people down for 2 minutes, really taking the back, draining the clock out, or using setting up submissions to make transitions or block transition. Just really using high level grappling to win fights, whether it be by actually finishing fights or keeping your opponent on the mat, or just really taking them away from their strength. Which the 2 people that did beat Slavoklos in the UFC were able to do, like Casey and I think Mike Davis, both were able to wrestle him and use heavy wrestling approaches to beat him. And that's really been the path to beat him so far in the career. I'm not saying like Slavoklos is the greatest striker to ever breathe, not at all. But I do think, just based off his experience in the UFC, I got to rate his striking higher. And Sadikov, he got a little bit of steam behind him, but to really feel comfortable, I would go, are you going to do what has been the beaten path to beating this guy? And you have not yet shown to do that. So yes, Slavoklos is definitely live at plus 110. And that's all the ones I got for this video is right now, and for the card right now. So first one, was Steven Erceg at I think like minus 155. Then the next one I was just like Jamal Emmers at Minus 285 is not a good value. It's a terrible value, to be honest. But maybe a parlay piece, like a hedge parlay, you put a parlay with him. Then you do a parlay with Bazooka decision, maybe just to try to cover your losses or cover your back, maybe with that one. But just thinking about him, like, oh, that's such a good value. Like, it's such a still, even if he does win, like, just look at the odds of that. It's not really all that good, especially when it's resting on the laurels of a guy who's like 500 at best, record wise. Skills wise, guy to be this out that, but as far as the success rate, like 500 at best. Third was Matt Rola. No, came on our podcast like a couple weeks ago, so shout out to him. At plus 185, I think he's very live against Benoit Satinese. Satinese a beast, but don't sleep on Favola. And Satinese definitely got some clear holes in his game that he needs to work on, stand out. And he has yet, like, I guess he's so in love with his style, like he don't really look like he's gonna change anything, at least until somebody really finishes him. Then the fourth one was, the fourth one was Slavaklaus at plus 110 going in there with Sadikov. So Vyacheslav Borishev at Slavaklaus, or you can say Vyacheslav Borishev at plus 110 going in against Nazim Sadikov. And Sadikov not really having the blueprint or not showing the blueprint yet to beat that has beaten Borishev. So Nazim Sadikov has not really shown the blueprint that, has not shown necessarily, I guess, the style or in the actual cage that has beaten or has been the blueprint to beating Borishev. So I think Borishev is definitely very live at plus 110 going there with Sadikov. But yeah, it's no until nigga. They about to fight, so we'll learn from the fight, but now, like, we can't say nothing until after the fight. We can say based off what we have seen from them prior to the fight, and then later on we'll learn from it, win or loss, how to gauge these guys going forward. But I definitely think Borishev or Vyacheslav Borishev at plus 110 is a great value. So that's the video. I feel like I had another thought, but hey, I'll think about my next video. But thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and come back for more videos. Peace.